From the lobby of Financial Peace Plaza, Cameron and Jillian are with us. Hey, guys, how are you two?
Hey, Dave.
Great,
We're doing
how
awesome.
Are you?
Welcome, welcome. Where do you live?
We're from Aurora, Colorado.
All right, beautiful area.
Yes.
Yeah.
What brings you to Tennessee?
We came to see you.
Debt-free scream.
I love it. Made a trip all the way across the nation to do your scream here.
Yep.
Well, I'm proud of you. Welcome to Martha's Place in Financial Peace Plaza. We're glad to have you. So how much have you two paid off?
We've paid off $101,000.
Ho-ho! That's no small potatoes. How long did that take?
16 months.
16 months? Making what kind of money?
We started off at about 90,000, averaged about a 120 during the 12 months or so, and then we finished at about 170.
Whoa! Okay, now in 16 months you go from 90 to 170. You got to tell me how you did that.
Well, I'm a nurse, and I was working just an agency job, and kind of the last month and a half I got offered an awesome dream job. So.
Ah, ching ching.
Yeah.
Okay, that works. Very cool. What do you do, Cameron?
I work at a hospital in a clinical laboratory.
Oh, okay. Both in the med field. Excellent.
Yep.
Very fun. Good, good, good. So what kind of debt was the $101,000? What did you buy?
Majority of it was student loans, and then we had a basement refinish and 2 cars.
Okay. How much do you owe on the cars?
I think it was about $21,000 we owed, and we sold those and downgraded to a 1998 Ford Explorer and a mountain bike.
Yep. I had my mountain bike.
I love it. A beater, baby. I love it. And but that helps you get debt free. So 20 grand of the debt was paid off by selling the cars.
Yeah.
All right. And then you had a big bunch of student loans and what a basement finish.
We got our basement refinish, yeah.
Okay, cool. So did you sell anything else?
Just a bunch of stuff around the house. We sold a bunch of toys and our living room furniture and
anything that wasn't bolted down.
The living room furniture?
Yes, turned it into a playroom.
The dog was hiding, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. Put the cat on Craigslist.
Yep.
You guys are something else. All right. So what happened 16 months ago that you said we're going to get radical?
I just think, Dave, we were struggling to find cash to buy we have 2 small boys, and we were going to transition one to a bed and move the other one into the crib, and we couldn't come up with $200 cash to buy a bed.
And you make $100 grand a year.
Yeah. So
kind of have a V8 moment, smack yourself in the forehead and go, what's up?
that's exactly what happened.
Okay. So how did you decide to connect to us to get out of this?
Oh, I think it was just I'd bought your book 10 years ago whenever I moved out to Colorado on my own, and man, I'm kicking myself now. I wish I would have started back then, but I kind of had the book and the principles, and we talked about it that day, and we started putting it into action. Talked about a budget, talked about getting our life in order. And
So Jillian, he says we can't afford a bed. We got to do something. What'd you say?
I was mad at him because I wanted to go buy a bed that day, and he gave me the book, and I think I read it that night, and we kind of sat down and wrote down how much debt we had, and we were shocked. And so I think pretty much from them I was on board, but I wasn't quite as intense as he was, but he helped get me there. So
Well, it's hard to be as intense as the guy who rides his bike.
yes, and eats 60-cent burritos for lunch every day.
The bike. He rides a bike
Yes.
in Colorado.
And
I only got hit once.
Oh, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's helpful. Yeah, only once. Oh, yeah, that's a good way to measure it. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's incredible. So you really have. You guys have been on beans and rice, 60-cent burritos, riding a bicycle. You've paid a price to get rid of $101,000 in 16 months because that's incredible numbers. You move the needle fast here.
Yeah.
I mean, there was days we were working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. She'd work night shift. I'd come home from my day shift job. Then I'd go to an evening shift job. I'd take over for the kids. She'd go to work. She'd get home that morning. I'd get ready for work. She'd take over for the kids. We didn't have daycare. We just...
You're just like WWF tag team wrestling.
Yeah.
You know?
That's exactly what it was.
And it's tag in, tag out, man. Here we go. Wow. Absolutely cool. Well, people had to make fun of you because you guys have been wired up.
Yeah, we had some people making fun of us, but we had a great support system too. You know, throughout this whole time, we renewed our strength in the Lord and found a great family home with a church we're involved a lot in back in Denver, and we just really connected and found our strength throughout this journey.
That makes a lot of difference. To have a good community around you, have your faith as a part of the process. There's certainly a spiritual element to that, but it's also very practical. Because you just get, you guys are working so hard, you get tired.
Oh yeah, we, her brother and sister-in-law had us over for some weekend meals, and that got us through another work week.
Yeah. Yeah, just where you don't have to cook, and here you are, man. Well, you needed to fly to Nashville and celebrate
Yeah.
this. This is, you get a little getaway and get over here and mark the milestone. So how old are your kids?
3 and 16 months.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's perfect. So they're not really old enough to know how great their mom and dad are yet.
Well, yeah, I don't know. You'll have to ask them.
Yeah, I mean, they don't understand what this is because you've completely changed the trajectory of your whole family tree. I mean, you guys, this was an intense 16 months, but you have really reshaped everything. This is very, very neat.
And Dave,
You will never return to the same shape. You can't stretch this far and never go back.
No, that's totally true. We're on it for good.
Yeah, that's amazing. So what do you tell people the key to getting out of debt is?
Well, I think we didn't have a budget. That was the problem. I think we spend $600 on restaurants sometimes a month, and yeah, you don't have any money when you're doing that. So I think when we finally saw where the money was going, it started getting pretty powerful to apply that to the Snowball.
Jillian, what was the hardest thing you guys did?
I think personally for me, it was working night shifts that just completely exhausted me, and I just felt like I didn't have any left, and being up for 24 hours a day and then just not being able to go do anything and saying no. But we worked through it and kept each other going, and there were moments where I wanted to stop and he kept going, and moments he wanted to stop and I kept going. So
yeah. We yo-yoed, but when one was up, one was down, and we just kept each other on the path. So.
Well, that's perfect. That's perfect. And you finally get to where, even though it's way in the distance, you can see the light.
Oh, definitely.
And you go, oh, okay, there it is. I can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a half marathon, 13.1, but we're at mile 11. Over there, I see the finish line. I'm going to get, it's only 2 more miles, I can do it.
Yes.
It's only another mile, I can do it. It's only another 100 yards, now I can sprint.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was the last debt you paid off?
It was my student loan, actually.
Yeah.
Get rid of Sally Mae.
Yep.
Give the old woman her eviction papers.
gone.
Out of my house, old lady. I love it. Very cool. Well, you guys are an inspiration. How old are you?
I'm 33.
And I'm almost 32.
Awesome. Very cool. So you're set, man. I mean, you're making $170,000 a year. You don't have any bills.
Nope.
I don't know if you realize yet how rich you are. I mean, this is going to be so much wealth, it's going to be ridiculous.
And we want to bless other people, too. That was a part of doing it.
Well, I think you'll be able to. You've lived like no one else. Now you can live and give like no one else. Very, very good. All right, Cameron and Jillian from Denver, Colorado, $101,000 paid off in 16 months, making 90, then 120, then 170 a year. Count it down. I want to hear a great debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1. We're debt free.
Yes! And the crowd in Martha's Place goes wild. Way to go, you guys. That is incredible.